Is your portion control a family packet of chips? So I'm really excited today to chat to Laura. Laura is a timber artisan and takes reclaimed and new wood, adds a touch of colourful resin and lovingly creates practical homeware pieces and decorative art and furniture. So welcome, Laura.
Thank you. Hi.
So the reason I invited Laura along today, Laura's in my membership program, Why Wait, and she shared a piece of what she does, a piece of her timber. And she was talking about how you can use it to put like some dip or, you know, something small on there and have like this little plate. And I was really excited about this because before I started on my weight journey and released all my weight, I used to buy the family packet of chips or the family block of chocolate, sometimes two, and eat it while watching Netflix or something. And then it was always the last piece or the last chip that I really had to enjoy. And sometimes, like, there was this moment, it was a defining moment. I was watching the show, I was reaching around in the empty packet and realizing, oh no, I didn't get the last one. And I was like, I have to go and get another packet because I didn't enjoy this last one. I was like, what about the other 50 something that you've just eaten? And it sounds so dumb now. It was literally a light bulb moment. And I think so many of us do this. The way we portion control is directly from the packet. And that's why I'm excited to chat to Laura today and learn a bit more about what she does. Because, and if you can show us, Laura, some of the pieces that you've done, I said, have you got some with you, to give people an idea about what it is that you do. So have you got some there that we can have a look at?
Sure thing. Okay. So this one is a little seahorse that we cut.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
In the bottom of it sits a little cup. So you can have, my idea was that you can have a little cup of tea or a little espresso, and then on his body, where I've left the timber bear here, that's a nice base for either a handful of nuts or a nice healthy cake that you've made or some bliss balls or something. So you've got an individual platter. It's luxurious, it feels great to touch and smell. You can smell the timber, and it just feels like you're having a really nice, sumptuous little gift to yourself every time you eat off it or drink off it. And it's just better than reaching into the packet,
An experience. So just before we dive into this, because it's got me really excited, I'll just read out your little bit of a bio because I got this segued into the chips as I do. So from an early age, Laura could be found working in her grandpa's shed and dreamed of having her own space where she could create, lose track of time and make a mess. Oh, don't we all? I love it. These days she has her own she shed. I so want one of those. In the back garden where she designs and makes lamps, furniture, centrepieces, platters, lazy Susans. I laugh whenever I see that term because I'm like, I'm a lazy Suzanne. Laura's favourite thing is creating custom pieces, tailoring each one to the individual and the occasion. And she can make items in any shape, style and colour to match the client's taste. And I love this, how you say any shape, style, because it's like, oh, I want to give you a challenge. If you can dream it, Laura can undoubtedly make it. So it sounds like you've got a range of things that you can do. But the thing I wanted to talk about today, and we kind of started with it, is this custom platter, because I think making eating an experience, a celebration, being mindful and present as you do it, rather than mindless, direct from the packet, and then you feel unwell, you feel distracted, you feel like, I think for many of us, we give and give and give all day, and then in the evening when we're really depleted, we consume, like we take all this stuff in, and then the guilt sets in. But if you've got like this individual, especially custom made platter, like I'm talking to Laura about designing me a killer whale, orcas are my favorite animal, that you can enjoy your food, you can, take the time to savor it and make this healthy ritual rather than it just being a guilt or, an indulgence. Can you tell us a bit about that or your thoughts on that?
Yeah, part of the reason why I started to make them was because I wanted to be able to enjoy something myself. When the kids are at school and my partner's at work and I'm sat at home working, I'm thinking, I don't want to just open a packet of crisps, because I know, like you just said, the whole packet will be gone. I won't be able to just open a packet and portion some into a bowl and then be all, the whole thing will be gone. So I just thought, what if I make a little platter and feel like I'm having an experience while I'm having a cuppa, and then I can just portion a few onto the board and put the rest of the packet away, and it still feels like I'm having a treat. or something.
Treats. And I think that's it, because the thing is, if you just had a plain plate, like a dinner, if it was a dinner plate and you put like a handful of nuts or a couple of jats or even some carrot sticks or something in the middle, kind of looks a bit lonely and a bit boring. And I don't know about anyone else, but I have that eyes bigger than plate thing. So then I tried putting it on a smaller and smaller plate, and then that just kind of is a bit depressing, because, you know, I really like how, have you got any other platters there that we can have a look at? I loved how you had the space for the cup, so you could make your nice cup of tea.
Yeah.
And then the resin part, so then you don't want to put your food on that because that wouldn't look good. So it's just the experience of it. I'm really excited by this.
Yeah. This one is a bit bigger, so maybe if you're sharing with your partner in the evening, you know, you could put a
That's
couple
lovely.
of dips on there. Yeah, it's a rustic one, so it's still got your bark on the outside, but it's just big enough to put like a couple of dips and a few crisps, chips, whatever you want to call them, and just have a shared experience with your food rather than just, you know, picking out of the packet or
Yes.
on a plate.
I know for me, honesty is going to come out here. Sometimes if I make the sharing platter with my husband, he's in the lounge room, before I would be eating it from the fridge while making the platter. So I've already had like serve one and then serve two, but it's that real commitment to self to plate it up, to make it an experience rather than, you know, something distractedly. Because I think for a lot of us who, in essence, you know, would identify as comfort eaters, binge eaters, emotional eaters or whatever,
Yeah.
it's not an experience. It's in the car, it's at the drive-through, it's like this hurry directly from the fridge. And I have to laugh when I was messaging Laura about setting up this interview. I was like, when you eat directly from your friend, autocorrect fail, but directly from the fridge. But if you've got something like this where you can lay it out, make this ritual, make it this experience of enjoyment and being present, we tend to eat a lot less than if we are just, as you said, directly from the packet.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So what about, what are your thoughts on, like I said, if you just use, everyone be like, oh, well, I could just use a dinner plate, or I could just use any sort of plate. What about that, the luxuriousness of having something, you know, that's not just only practical, but also beautiful? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you see, I can make these things to whatever your taste is or what your colour is. So you know that if you get a piece from me, it's going to be specifically designed for you. So you've not only have you spent time thinking about what you want and what you like, you've treated yourself rather than, I think we all are guilty of treating everybody else as special and making sure they're happy and they're content. But what about us, right? We need to feel special and content and happy with what we've got and what we're treating ourselves with. So yeah, I just think having a plate is it's a very different experience. This is kind of luxury, and every time you get it out, you're going to be thinking, oh, this was for me. I did this just for me.
I love it. And tell me a little bit about how the process goes. So say someone's like, okay, I'm liking the sound of this. I want you to make, I don't know, might be a killer whale or a peacock or whatever it is. Like, or what do you do if it's not an animal? Like I'm thinking, so like my branding colors or something like that. So if someone approaches you and goes, okay, I want something special for me, what's the next steps?
Okay, well, recently had that happen. A guy wanted me to make a present for his wife for our anniversary, and he had this idea in mind, and it was a leaf. So he sent me a rough picture of what he wanted. I then designed that. My partner happens to be a draftsman, so he does the stuff on the computer, which sends out the picture, and then we cut it out on whatever wood you'd like. We tend to use camphor laurel because it's sustainable and it's a bit of a weed here, so we can, you know, it's good for everything. Yeah, you tell me what colours you like. I can do any colours at all. Tell me whether you want 2 colours, 4 colours, 6 colours, what if you want patterns, and we make it all. So throughout the process, I'll take pictures to make sure that you're happy going along, and yeah, and then you either come and collect or I'll put it in the post and there you have your piece.
Oh, that's exciting. So it's kind of like that, yeah, because I think that's the thing. Sometimes you think something in your head and then, you know, not that's the reason I like this too, this hand done, this experience, this back and forth. It's like you're helping create rather than you buy something on Wish and it comes and you're like, oh my goodness, this is not what I expected. It's like it's an outfit for a doll.
Yes. No, we have a lot of backwards and forwards, and I make sure you're happy at every stage, and because I want you to be happy with my piece, right? It's taken me a lot of time. There's hours and hours of work that go into one piece. But I don't do it for the money. It sounds a bit of a cliche, but I do it because I'm passionate about it, and I'm passionate about giving somebody something that they've kind of helped me create, and they've designed, and what a great feeling, you know, when that drops.
Yeah. And if someone doesn't want to necessarily go through the design process because they're like, you know, like, do you have like a pre-designed range or a shop where you can have a look through and go, oh yeah, that's the one? Do you know who?
Yeah, no, I have everything on Shopify, and I've also got a Facebook page, so everything on there can be replicated to a degree. They're all completely unique, so that you never get something that's the same as something else, but I can do a similar style and similar colours. If you see something on there that you like, I can absolutely make that for you as well. And there's some stock items that I have available as well.
Yeah, I think that's a sweet idea, especially like, you know, for a Mother's Day gift, Christmas gift, birthday gift, and people are saying, you know, what would you like? And then people could give your site and say, you know, something from here. And I think that's really powerful. And then make, you know, good gifts, teachers' gifts, all sorts of, so many applications to this. I really, really love it. And the final thing I wanted to ask, because we were talking before, you were saying that the process is teaching you a lot about connection. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, so I've only been going for about 6 months now, and when I started, I didn't quite know how to move forward or where to go, and so I started doing markets, and it's amazing the people that came up to me and said, "Oh, I love your stuff," and wanted to have a chat about how I made it, and then people other market stores would come up and say, "Oh, you're new. I haven't seen you here before," and people that had resin on their stalls as well. So even though we were in kind of direct competition, they'd come over and they'd say, "Oh, I like that effect," or "Do you know how you can get rid of those bubbles that you've got in there?" And I'd ask for advice, and they'd give me. And it's just all I've found throughout this whole process that I've just connected with people that I never thought that I would, and it's just it just made me feel really, really nice that people are A, interested, and B, want to help, and C, you know, want to see me succeed. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, totally. So if people are interested, I imagine you'll give me your links and I'll put them in the video description so people can come have a look. So you said you've got Shopify and you've got a Facebook page. Anything else?
No, that's it. So,
Sweet. Okay.
Timber Heart Creations.
Timber Heart Creations. And if people are interested in like a custom piece as opposed to looking at the Shopify, just send you a private message to start the discussion of the process?
Just go on the Facebook site and click Messenger and or give me a call or email. It's all on there. You'll be able to find it.
Sweet. This has been really exciting. I can't wait to, I don't know now. So at first I was like, I want to kill a whale because this is my favorite animal. And then even just discussing with the interview, I was like, something in my brand colors because, you know, I don't know, but I really like this idea.
Maybe a lazy Susan in purple.
Yeah. I really like this idea of having something that is, you know, individual, something that, you know, it gives you that feeling of, you know, enjoyment. And then, as you said, as opposed to a plate or direct from the packets, one of the things that I teach, it's like, I don't like portion control, but as in like, you know, being mindful of how much you eat and being present. I really think that this design and this special, you know, personalized thing will help with that.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you for joining me today, Laura. If anyone's got any questions, I will post all her details. Feel free to comment on the video and I can tag Laura and she can come back. And yeah, thank you for that, love.
Thanks, Susan.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.